Making the move from city to countryside is often a momentous step.
Whoopie-doo!
Okay, this is the wow house.
House built of wow.
And for years, Escape to the Country has been supporting countless people on rural house moves.
The whole thing?
Yes.
No.
Yes.
We've travelled to the most picturesque pockets of Britain.
That's a game changer.
It's beautiful.
Wow.
To showcase thousands of exquisite country properties.
Oh, wow. Look at this.
It's everything I ever wanted.
Not all missions are straightforward.
I'm just worried I'm going to like this house too much.
Oh, that's a big worry, that, isn't it?
But they're often invaluable journeys that can lead to a whole new way of life.
How long would it take you from your property to get right here?
15
minutes.
So join us as we catch up with those who transformed their lives when they escaped to the country. Green and blue. Green for the amazing countryside this country of ours is blessed with, and blue for the colour of the sea of our epic coastline. But which is best for an escape? Well, if you're contemplating making the move to either, then today might help you decide, because I'm here to find out from some of our past escapees which they prefer and why. It's green versus blue, countryside versus the coast. I know which I like best, and I promise to tell you all at the end of the show. Today, we'll be looking back on property searches in very different holiday destinations, starting in the Peak District and the counties of Derbyshire and Staffordshire, before heading south to the English Riviera in Devon. Coming up later, I'll be meeting Baz and Maria, who Ginny Buckley was helping to make the move from landlocked Bedfordshire back in the early summer of 2019. But first, I'm checking in with a former house hunter I was with 8 years ago. Darcy and her husband Ian had extensively explored the Peak District National Park in their camper van and were looking for a more permanent base there. In the spring of 2015, American-born business consultant Darcy and project manager Ian were planning to move from the town of St Neots in Cambridgeshire to be near their favourite holiday spot.
The Peak District is a place that's really spoken to us, and we've spent some really good weekends and some good times up there.
Every time we go out in the camper van in the Peaks, we always say, oh, wouldn't it be great to live here? So now we can make it reality.
These happy campers hoped countryside living might mean a larger property.
Especially for you, for coming from America, the houses are so much bigger and there's so much more space, and that's something that you maybe struggled with when you came over.
Slate the Americans.
Yeah.
But the main draw was outdoor space that they could share with their beloved dog Max.
And we've had him for 7 months.
He's definitely got a big personality.
Spent a lot more time outdoors, walking him and exercising.
We thought the camper van would be what would make us more fit and active, but we found out we really just sat around drinking.
It's the dog that's got us
walking
into the outdoor
dog.
lifestyle.
Yeah.
Darcy and Ian were looking for a characterful property with 4 bedrooms and office space to work from home. They wanted to be close to a village near the Peak District National Park, and their budget was £400,000. We started in the Derbyshire village of Hognaston, just under 10 minutes from the Peak District Park border.
So our very first property right in the heart of the village.
Wow, I like it.
Yeah?
Got a really interesting face on it.
It looks good, it looks very pretty. Looks a little small.
I like the looks of it from the outside, and 2 doors down from the pub, you can't beat it.
Should we start the tour?
Sure,
Yeah.
Given its attractive appearance, it's hard to believe that this 19th century home began life as a pigsty before being extended around a century ago.
First room. I thought we'd start off with the sitting room.
I like it.
Seems bigger than I was expecting. It's nice and bright with 3 windows.
I like the wood floor. Yeah,
And a
you
wood
could-
burning stove. It's good.
That's a good start.
You can
Let's
see
go
some
next door. Yeah, kitchen's on its way.
The kitchen looked out to the rear garden and had a traditional feel with exposed beams and a Belfast sink.
I think this is a good sized kitchen. Yeah?
Yes, I agree.
Yeah, room for the dining table is good.
Yeah.
We're not formal dining room people, really, so eat-in kitchen is perfect for our lifestyle. And there's plenty of surface area for preparing and cooking food and lots of storage, so I'm really liking it.
The ground floor also had a study, and upstairs there was a family bathroom plus 3 bedrooms.
It looks like a cottage from the outside of the road, doesn't it? But when you walk in, it's a proper home.
Yeah.
It's quite large.
It is. It's deceptively large, actually. Yeah.
And I had one last surprise. At the end of the garden was a versatile converted outbuilding.
So the final part of this house tour is this annex.
Wow.
So we're thinking, you know, you both work from home. It is away from the main house, so it could be your sort of separate area.
It's really cute.
Yeah, I like this.
And for working at home, it gives you that feeling of leaving and going to the office.
Yeah.
You can lock it away at night and not have it in the lounge.
But would you be tempted to come up here and check your emails at midnight?
No.
Got too much to do, haven't you?
Although the garden wasn't enormous, that was actually advantageous for them.
We're not in the garden every weekend because we tend to be away.
We're away every
weekend.
So for me, a low-maintenance garden is a bonus, but we might put some grass down for the dog.
So,
Okay.
I'm going to ask you, what do you think the asking price actually is?
I'm going to say 375, 380.
Okay. Ian?
Oh, I'm going to say 340.
Well, the asking price for our first house is £310,000.
You're
And you nearly said it, didn't you? But yeah.
You're kidding. 310.
Interesting, yeah.
Yeah. Happy to pay less.
This seemingly compact former pigsty had been full of surprises, ending with the price tag of £310,000. We were off to a great start.
Approaching the house, I did think it looked a little small from the outside, but when we came in, it's a bit like a TARDIS. The rooms are much bigger.
This is probably about the same size as home, except this is a much better layout. So even though it's not a huge jump up in terms of square meters, it's very usable and flexible, and we could really fit well.
For the next property, we made our way into Staffordshire, headed for the historic village of Chettleton in the Staffordshire moorlands, and just 15 minutes from the National Park. The house in question was situated on a country lane.
It's very imposing.
Yeah,
It is, isn't it?
much larger looking than the last one. I like the look of this one from the outside.
It's an interesting mishmash. You've got mock Tudor, brick, and a bit of rendering. I can't really place it architecturally as to sort of what it wants to be.
Well, let's see what you make of it inside.
Okay.
Originally built in the 1930s, this detached property had been extended in 1999. Darcy and Ian had already noticed there was more space on offer here.
Whoa. I love the parquet floor.
Yeah.
That's lovely.
Yeah.
And the sunroom, right?
Sunroom attached is really nice.
Wow. Bathed in sunshine with a lovely view.
Yeah. Lovely. We've got plenty more to show you.
Okay.
So through here you have another sitting room, stroke snug, stroke office.
Yes.
But look what's in here. Well, I think you're going to love this.
Oh, wow.
This is a country kitchen. It's massive. It's lovely.
Wow. That's a great pot rack. The tile backsplash is lovely. The units.
It's a lot to take in, but it's really good.
Good. But on top of that, you've got a utility room and further access outside as well.
Oh, wonderful. It does have a very comfortable, cosy feel to it. It's homely.
Upstairs, a stylish bathroom served 4 bedrooms. The smallest one was used as a study, and the colour palette of the largest was more to Darcy's tastes than Ian's.
It's pink. You'd never let me paint our bedroom this colour.
Yeah, this wouldn't be my choice of colour, but
No, not you, Ian.
in terms of the size of the room, I can see past the colour. It's a nice size room. I like this picture reel.
It's right up my alley. You're supposed to look past the decor and think of putting your own stamp on it, but there's a lot of the stamp that's here already that I quite like.
Outside there was a quarter of an acre where their dog could run around and a garage to park the camper van, but this bigger property came with a bigger price tag.
Let's just go under 399.
950.
50.
Don't let me influence you.
I'm going to say 340.
The asking price is offers in the region of £400,000.
Wow.
So on your budget.
I guess just hoping I could get it for a steal.
Oh, well, I like that. Well, I like that. If you're hoping, that's good.
Bang on budget at offers in the region of £400,000. This property had delivered on all fronts. Whilst I love showing houses to my buyers, the real buzz comes from seeing their reactions and how they emotionally connect with the property. Some people, like Darcy, are easy to read. Others, like Ian, not so much. But with hindsight, it was a positive day. And I think the first home pipped the second house to the garden post, so to speak, which just left our mystery house to see. We ended our search 30 miles south of the Peak District border in the Staffordshire village of Tixall, with an exceptional mystery house that baffled Darcy.
What am I looking at?
It's the first time you've been speechless, Darcy, the whole time. Welcome to the Mews.
Mews like horses and carriages.
Absolutely, you're on the money.
My mind's a bit blown at the minute.
So how do you feel about possibly owning a little bit of English heritage?
I'm a little bit scared, but I'm looking forward to seeing the inside.
Okay, well, I think we'll take this as an adventure.
Yes.
Yeah? All right.
Certainly is.
Let's go and have a look.
This was a truly historic location, and opposite the property was the gatehouse of Tixall Hall, where Mary Queen of Scots was imprisoned in 1586. The Mews were built in the early 19th century, and the home we were viewing occupied the central section.
And let's start off in the drawing room.
Yes.
Oh my goodness.
So put modern houses out of your mind. Let's go back at least 200, 300 years.
It almost feels like two spaces. It could be a quite nice little reading room or snug.
I actually really like it. It's just an odd shape, but the shape kind of matches the outside.
But Lord and Lady of the Manor?
Okay.
Yeah.
Never quite pictured myself that way, but if I'm going to become British, I might as well
Yeah, be
adapt.
a lady of the manor.
I was pleased the blank canvas was inspiring them to use their imaginations, and the positivity continued in the kitchen.
Wow.
A lovely kitchen. A massive dining area.
Yeah. Oh, I'm liking that. Doors to the back. Not a bad view either.
Outside there was a private garden, and once again the imaginations were running riot.
King and Queen of the Castle we've moved to rather than Lord and Lady,
Yeah,
I think.
I can't get my head around how much like a castle it looks.
It does. So, a splendid garden, but again, quite low maintenance.
Lovely.
Perfect size as
Is
well.
it?
Yeah.
The property was spread over 4 levels. On the lower ground floor was a games room and sitting room. Then up on the first floor, a bedroom and family bathroom. The top floor had 2 further bedrooms and a breathtaking main suite.
It is a feast on the eyes.
That's not what
I wouldn't use
we
the word
expected.
feast. It's a shop.
It's unusual. And look at the space.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
huge. You could do some work on this and really turn it into something special.
Yeah.
I think I'd take the bath out for that, although it could be a fun feature.
Off the bedroom was a balcony with grand views over the exquisite approach to the home.
Just take a look at that.
Yeah.
That's gorgeous.
I suppose it's time to try and put a price on a little bit of history.
I'm going straight for top budget. Are you 400?
Okay.
Honestly, no idea, so I'll join you on 400s because, yeah, who knows?
Well, the asking price is a little bit over that. It's £420,000. we've spoken to the owner and they would look at offers in the region of your top budget.
Well, it needs a bit of work doing to it. That wouldn't leave us any money for doing that. But I guess it would depend on where in the region they would accept an offer.
So, £20,000 over budget, but with scope to negotiate for this rare opportunity to invest in a truly historic property.
My feelings about the house are a bit torn. It's quite grand, it's got great views and there's the history about it, but there's a novelty factor to it, and I think for me the novelty is already starting to wear off.
Darcy and Ian had viewed a wide range of properties that all delivered on their wish list, but each offered its own individual charm. However, they only needed one to fulfil their dream of a move to the country, and when I left them, they were planning to proceed with our first property in Derbyshire.
And true to their word, they did just that. They put in an offer which was accepted, so yay for them, but also a big yay for us. Another chalk tick on the what happened next on the escape to the country storyboard. And I have to say, it is fantastic to be back, but 8 years is a long time, so we've got a lot of catching up to do. Hello. Hello.
Hi, Nicki.
Hello.
Get to meet at last. Is this Max?
This is
Yes.
Max, yes.
Looking very at home and very happy in the cottage.
Indeed.
It's been a long time,
It's
hasn't
lovely
it?
to see you again.
Well,
yeah.
thank you for the kind invitation. I can't wait to have a look around.
Come on in.
Come in.
Thanks.
Darcy and Ian moved in 3 months after our search, and aside from changing the old blue windows and door to striking black, I'm eager to see what else they've done to the house.
Wow. Do you know what? It's so lovely to walk into a property and you can really see you've put your own personal mark on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've done a lot of stuff in this house. I'm going to leave you to have a look around with Darcy because I've got to go and do some work.
Oh, the reality of it all,
reality.
working from home. Thank you.
Thanks very
Well, I'll
much.
give you the compliment now because so far it looks beautiful.
Right. Hopefully you enjoy the rest.
Thank you, Ian. Bye, Max.
Bye.
So Ian said, you've done a bit of work, but you really have. I mean, I don't remember it being this big.
Yeah, I think that's furniture placement, because when we viewed it, there was a small sofa in the middle of the room facing the fire, and so it really sort of broke the room up. So by pushing the sofa out to the outside, and then we've had these storage cabinets built either side of the chimney breast, it just creates storage and means we don't have to have a lot of stuff in the room.
I love the colour.
Thank you.
That really works. It's a statement on the fireplace. Done a great job because you still feel the age of the property with the thickness of the walls and the character and charm, but it does have that lovely contemporary twist to it. So this is just the first room. I'm wondering, did the kitchen get a bit of a makeover next door?
Just a bit.
Can I?
Sure.
Now, I don't recognise this at all.
Sometimes I barely recognise it. Wow. It's a massive change, isn't it?
It's huge. So was there a wall there?
There was, yeah.
What was behind the wall?
That used to be what was billed as the study or the fourth bedroom.
Right.
Yeah.
It must have been quite dark.
Yeah, because it only had the one window, which, because the garden is quite high up against the back of the house, doesn't get loads of light through it, but combined with the other windows, it's actually quite nice in here on a sunny day.
What a transformation. Next time I'm going to do a kitchen up, I'm going to ask you for the advice because I think what you have done here is tremendous.
Well, this stunning kitchen has been the biggest change to the property. But away from the house, there are other transformations.
When we last met, you had the beloved camper van.
We did.
Which was part of the move, and obviously Max the dog. There was 4 of you, I think, in the relationship,
Yes.
wasn't there? But I noticed there's another van here. So tell me about your new business.
In 2019, I left my job and I started selling eco-friendly products. It very quickly evolved and grew into selling food and liquid refills so that people can bring their own containers to me and not have to have all the plastic packaging and waste that goes along with it. And the business was started the end of July, and by December I had bought a van and done an initial rough conversion. That was my first van. I'm on my second van now.
Very
so
good.
2 years ago I bought the van I'm in now, and I spent 3 weeks doing it up all by myself, building all the shelves and everything in it. And now I travel around Derbyshire and help people to reduce their reliance on single-use plastics, and like to think I'm doing my bit to help the planet. But I'm also much, much more connected to the community around us than I was when I was doing my previous roles.
And the village, obviously they've embraced you and Ian.
We've been part of various different village activities. We helped organise Hogfest for 2 summers. So there's been quite a transformation and an evolution as well.
When they're not busy renovating the house, working or socialising with their new community, the couple managed to squeeze in a few hours at a nearby allotment.
Darcy, you have to say you have the tidiest allotment, I think, ever.
Oh, thank
She
you.
says, kneeling down. Was it like this when you took it over?
No, it was just a bare plot with a lot of weeds on it. So we spent a bit of time clearing it off, and then we put the beds in. So last year was the first full year that we had it.
You seem to have the touch when it comes to courgettes.
It's not hard. They are pretty prolific.
Salads?
Yes. Cake?
Cake? Courgette cake?
Courgette chocolate cake, it's delicious.
So we've got courgettes here. We've got potatoes.
Yes. We had some strawberries earlier.
Got raspberries going on over there.
Yep. And then I've got some edamame growing.
Yeah.
Some snap peas and some mange too.
Very good. So if you think of your previous life in a way in the States, how different is this?
This is different, but that's one of the things that attracted me to a smaller community, was that where I was living in Virginia, there had been a sense of community. So it was something I felt I was missing when I was in Cambridgeshire, but have regained by coming here.
The change of lifestyle is clearly working well for Darcy and Ian, and Max seems pretty content as well. As he's behaved himself, we're going to reward him with a walk through the gorgeous scenery, which was, of course, the primary motivation for relocating here.
This is a beautiful spot. Is this one of your local haunts?
Yes, it's a nice place to come and walk and enjoy the views of Harbour Rocks and the climbers on them, or get an up-close look at the wind farm.
Nice.
Yeah.
And looking back now, being here 8 years, is there anything that you would do differently?
I love it here. I can't think of anything I'd do differently, really.
Is this home?
This is.
I mean, a lot of hard work and, you know, entrepreneurship with the new business. And found a community that works for you and you work for them. Yeah.
Yeah, it feels nice to have a place that I feel like I belong and I'm part of it.
That's wonderful. Well, Darcy, thank you so much for sharing your escape to the country with us. It's been really lovely to come back, see how you and Ian are doing. Feel like we've played a small part, shall we say. We helped you build the foundations. That's a bit of a bad pun there, wasn't it?
You've played a pretty big part in the life we have today. So thank you. We owe you some thanks for that.
Well, it's been our pleasure. To the coast now, and to Devon, where back in 2019, Ginny Buckley was tasked with finding Baz and Maria from Bedfordshire a new home as close as possible to the sea.
Baz and Maria met 31 years ago working in the army, which meant a lot of relocating.
It's quite stressful to move about all the time. Every sort of 3 years or so, would be moving on to another posting.
They had experienced life in lots of locations, and having retired from the forces, were looking to lay down roots by the sea.
We love going on holiday, packing your favourite book into your beach bag and going off to the coast. We are hoping to relocate to the English Riviera in Devon. We particularly like the coastline. It's just totally stunning.
The air down there, the actual environment down there is so nice. It's picturesque, it's beautiful, and it's just where we need to be.
Retirement had meant more time for the finer things in life.
I like to do photography. I really want to get more knowledge behind it.
I enjoy doing yoga for relaxation. I love reading, spending time out in the garden, weather permitting, some serious hammocking, and generally just taking life easy, really.
Baz and Maria wanted a detached property with 3 bedrooms so their grown-up son Anthony could visit. They were after spacious living areas inside and room outdoors for my new favourite verb, hammocking. Perhaps most importantly, they wanted to be within 30 minutes of the coast, ideally on the English Riviera around Torquay, and they had a budget of £400,000. Led by Ginny Buckley, the search began on the edge of the South Devon area of outstanding natural beauty. The property was just outside the village of Slapton, where Ginny immediately fulfilled their wish of being near the sea.
There's something I want to show you. Just follow me for a minute, OK? Quickly. Very exciting. OK, so part of the move down here is all about being close to the coast. Just cast your eyes down there. See the horizon and the clump of trees?
That is the sea?
Is that a sea view? Oh, wow. That's a game changer.
It's beautiful.
It's a sea glimpse, I think, but what
But it's
a glimpse.
there, isn't it?
Should we go and explore upside-down living and see if that works for you too?
Yes.
Ginny was on the front foot after that revelation as they made their way into this beautifully converted and modernised barn. They started with the bedrooms down on the ground floor.
So it's not the largest of the rooms, but actually I think it's really pretty.
Not the largest?
No.
Well, this is massive.
Wow,
It's huge.
a really large room, really light, airy, lovely with a window. And is that...
It's a really good size ensuite.
It is really lovely.
Also on this floor was another bedroom with an ensuite shower. On the level above was the 3rd bedroom, along with a bathroom and the open-plan kitchen diner.
What's great about this space is that you can use it as a living space as well. There's room for the table, and then you've got another separate area when you want to maybe be cosy, or you might want to watch different things on the TV. Want to be reading in winter.
Yeah. Totally beautiful.
Ginny left them to explore the mezzanine by themselves.
It's not small, is it? Lovely window with some views from there as well, which I suppose if you sit on
you can see the fields through there as well, can't you?
Before meeting back up in the rear garden for the all-important question.
Now I need you to tell me what you think it's on the market for.
Because it's so well finished and it's such a beautiful setting. £390,000.
Baz?
I'm reckoning, because it's not detached as well, it's about £370,000.
It's on the market for offers over £400,000.
Offers over.
I can see that. I think you get a lot for your money. It's a great first property.
Good.
If they're all going to be this good, that'll be brilliant.
That's what I like to hear.
So more than they initially thought at offers in excess of £400,000, but they could see the value of this surprising upside-down barn with its unexpected sea view.
I was quite blown away by the views. The setting that the property actually sits in is really quite stunning.
My only sort of Achilles heel for the property is that it isn't detached, and when you've lived in detached, getting used to going back to having neighbours and possibly any noise could be a sort of a, like I say, the Achilles heel for it.
The following day, the group headed inland to Broadhempston, where the village pub was just a short stroll from the property in question.
So I'm going to stop you right here, because this is the house.
It looks lovely.
That's
we
nice.
didn't ask for character, but it looks really stunning.
Love the brickwork, it's really good.
It was the old village butchers. So character this has got galore. I know that detached, particularly for you, Baz,
Yeah.
is really at the top of your wish list. You've only got a neighbour on one side. You're semi-detached.
Yeah, I like it. I like the feel for it.
First impressions are brilliant, but I'd like to see inside.
Well, let's go and do exactly that. Let's go see inside.
This recently renovated property was Grade 2 listed and thought to date back to the 18th century. Most of the ground floor was taken up by a characterful living room.
Oh, wow, look at the fireplace.
Oh, that's really nice, isn't it?
You like the depth of the
Yeah.
walls, Baz.
Yeah,
Let's just get to the point here. You like the fact that there's really big, thick stone walls, which means you're not going to hear the neighbours.
No noise.
It's beautiful.
And it's got a character, hasn't it?
Yeah,
Cosy.
it's really, really
Yeah.
gorgeous.
Yeah, I'm getting it. I'm getting this one.
One of the Grade 2 listed features was the wood panelling in the entrance hall that led to a galley kitchen with dining space.
I just love the feel of the property and the setting that it's actually in as well, the village setting.
Yeah, it's a proper village, isn't it? By the looks of it.
Need to check out the 2 pubs.
I'm sure that won't be a hardship.
Before they could hit the pub, Ginny showed them upstairs. A family bathroom served 3 bedrooms, 2 singles and a larger one. The main bedroom was en suite.
Lovely ceiling height.
It's got a character as well, isn't it? I know you've got properties there, but it's not ugly properties to look at, is it?
This is a fine size.
Yeah.
Ample size, it's lovely.
But it is nice. It is nice.
It's got an ensuite
As well.
And because it's all just been completely renovated, nothing to do, all the bathrooms.
It's all, yeah,
all brand
turnkey.
new.
There were 2 parking spots, one of which was covered, and to the front there was a patio and lawn that could accommodate the hammock.
I think it's a beautiful setting. I think every window that you look out, you've got a nice view. And it's everything we didn't ask for, but it's really gorgeous.
OK, let's find out then what you think everything you didn't ask for is on the market for.
Once again, I think it's going to be at the high end of our budget at £400,000.
It's definitely 395,000.
It's on the market for £347,000.
Really?
No way. Are you sure?
I'm sure.
So, smiles all round for this former butcher's that was well under budget at £347,000.
A glimpse of the sea from the first house and a lovely village location for the second, and it seemed Ginny was spoiling Baz and Maria rotten, and they really seemed to appreciate it. But Ginny had one further option up her sleeve, an exquisite, compact little mystery house that she was hoping would have their names written all over it.
For the final property, they headed back to the coast, to the historic village of Churston Ferrers, an area frequented by mystery writer Agatha Christie. The mystery house was approached by a gravel driveway.
I think you've saved the best till last, haven't you?
It's not detached, but it still looks beautiful.
The brickwork and stonework is absolutely just amazing, isn't it?
It's the mystery house because it's about as close as we could get you to the sea, to the beach, the coastal path. It's about 7 or 8 minutes walk away.
Yeah.
But also, it's the mystery because, well, if I just say small can be very beautiful, that's as much as I'll tell you at the moment.
This farmhouse had been converted into homes in 2014 and was Grade 2 listed. To the rear of the ground floor was a kitchen and sitting room that divided opinions.
Wow, it looks
That's
superbly
lovely,
finished.
isn't it? I love it personally because it's fresh, new, and it's inviting, and it does remind me of a holiday home. So I would feel like I was on holiday all the time.
I think it's absolutely stunning, but I just can't see having just that little amount of space on a daily basis.
You'll be spending time here, but you'll be out on the coastal path visiting all the amazing pubs that you can walk to. You'll be down on the beach with a bottle of champagne.
Exactly.
And this is a different way of living, so don't forget that.
I won't. Point noted.
Point noted.
Also on the ground floor was a cloakroom and a utility. Upstairs, the bedrooms had high vaulted ceilings and en suites, but Maria remained unconvinced.
Now, I don't think you can complain about the size of the master bedroom. In fact, both the bedrooms up here are about this size.
I love it.
It's lovely.
But
the bedroom is lovely. And perhaps I just need to get my head around the size of the living area downstairs, because this is beautiful.
Out the back, there was a gravel and paved low-maintenance garden.
compact, like the rest of the house, but I think you've got your spot just over there for a couple of hammocks. Now, we've got you as close to the coast as we can for your budget. How much of your budget do you think this one is eating up?
I think this is on maximum, maybe a little bit over, but I think it's definitely £400,000.
OK.
I would go slightly lower at £397,000.
Oh, you're very close. Because it's on the market for £399,950.
Yeah, you can definitely see that, definitely.
Yes, yeah. Especially the location so close to the coast and everything, and it's totally high-end finish.
At the top end of their budget, for just a little under £400,000, the couple could appreciate why the coastal property had such a price tag, but Maria was struggling to picture herself living there. We'd shown them some beautiful homes, all of them packed with character. And perhaps it was the sea air, but following a second viewing of the mystery house, they actually made an offer on it.
Baz and Maria wanted to be as close to the coast as possible. And although Ginny's beautiful little mystery house was just a short distance from it, it wasn't to be. However, the mystery village was, because this is where they bought their new home. They got what they wished for, to be within striking distance of the coast. And do you know what? I think I can smell that fresh sea air from here.
In the end, it took several years, but Baz and Maria moved here to the mystery village last winter, and I'm looking forward to meeting them and hearing all about their new lives by the coast.
Hello!
Hi!
Baz and Maria, it's so lovely to meet you, and thank you for inviting us.
Welcome to our humble abode in Devon.
These are a little present from Ginny, a housewarming. She sends her love.
Thank you.
Absolutely delighted that you've made the move. So, am I allowed to have a guided tour?
Yes.
Certainly are.
Yeah?
Come on in.
Thank you. Oh, now this is lovely. Because the last time we saw you, I thought you were putting an offer in on the mystery house.
We did, Nikki. But unfortunately, we weren't in a position to have it accepted. We hadn't sold, so... But we tried.
This is the village, isn't it?
It is.
Literally 5 minutes away from the mystery property.
We pass it every time we walk to the beach.
And it looks like you guys have been here for a long time. So when did you move in here?
We've only moved in...
8 months ago. Although it doesn't seem that long, does it?
But if we'd not done Escape to the Country, we'd have never known to look in this area anyhow, so it's all a win.
That's lovely. Yeah. And even though we're in a village, you look out your window, it's like you've got an orchard out there. I mean, it's wonderful. And then through here into the kitchen?
It's the kitchen,
yes.
Yeah.
OK. Oh, again, really lovely space. And I love the doors leading out onto your garden.
That's lovely, isn't it?
Yeah.
It is lovely to have the doors open, and when the trains go past, you can hear the choo-choo.
Because this is where the steam railway is on the line?
It is, yeah. And it's a bit of a favourite of mine now, isn't it?
Is it?
Yeah.
You can hear it as it goes past.
He's addicted to the steam train.
I bet you're like this. Yes, it's on time. Oh, it's coming back. You do, don't you?
Yeah.
I knew you would.
Whenever anybody comes and visits, then it's on the train.
Isn't that lovely?
Yeah.
So, I mean, Bedfordshire, does it feel like a long way away?
It does. It feels like a different country, to be fair.
Does it?
I mean, it used to be a 5-hour drive for us to get down here, didn't it, when we were coming on holiday?
Yeah.
But I know we've moved in and we've lived here for 8 months, but we do still feel like we are on holiday.
Oh.
I feel like we need to pack our bags at some point and go back.
How lovely. And this home delivers everything from their wish list, as it's detached, has the 3 bedrooms, 2 of which are doubles, plus it's near the sea. There's also space for hammocking.
I would have felt slightly cheated if I hadn't seen the hammock. Baz, you look like you're hanging on for dear life there.
I'm not allowed on here.
Oh, you're not?
This is only the 3rd time he's been on it.
Is this a rare treat?
This is me ready to go.
Yeah, exactly.
Jump
Don't
off
get
it.
too comfy. How delightful is this? Even with a cake to welcome us, we escaped the country. And you both look so happy.
Thank you, Nikki. We eventually did escape.
And the fact that you've managed to buy a property in such a heated market, shall we say, so close to the sea, has to be a bonus.
Well, the brief was originally 30-minute drive, but we literally got a 15 to 20-minute walk to the beach,
which is much better, isn't it?
Yeah.
But did you manage to find this property within your budget?
Our original budget was 400, but we were very fortunate and we sold for 437 in Bedford and bought this for 430. So obviously you get a little bit less footprint down here just because of the location, but we think it was a fair swap.
And you've got so many mature plants and trees in here, so I'm guessing you inherited it when you bought the property.
Totally.
Yeah, we're pretty much going to leave it for the year, see what we've got, and then decide if we need to change anything.
You're doing exactly the right thing, because gardens come into their own in different seasons, and often people will move into a house and just rip it out. And it's like, actually, if you can, just wait and see what you've got, because it's beautiful. And I have to mention, we love the house, but the icing on the escape to the country cake has to be the gate.
I know, that is our walk to the beach gate.
We don't even need to go out through the front door. We just get our backpacks, put our shoes on and off we go.
Having come all this way, I can't leave without taking a stroll down to their nearest beach. And it's a chance to burn off some of that delicious chocolate cake as well.
So this is like a secret cove. Where are we?
We are in Elbury Cove and we discovered this the day after seeing the mystery property when we came for second viewing.
Did you?
And fell in love with it.
How long, if you were a brisk walker, would it take you from your property to get right here?
15 minutes.
15 minutes.
And then we have a little spot just by the wall.
Yes.
With either a ginger beer or a nice glass of bubbles and a beer. And we sit and watch the sunset over the trees.
But it is a wonderful spot, and I think it sums up, in a way, this move for the two of you. You were so desperate to move as close to the coast as you could within your budget, and you've achieved all of that and more, really.
That was it, wasn't it? The budget to get this close is like a dream come true, really.
Yeah.
That perseverance paid off.
It's totally life-changing. We appreciate it.
Oh, well, thank you so much for sharing it with us. I mean, just standing here, I can see why you're both so happy. It is stunning, and long may it continue. Not one, but two happy endings, with everyone succeeding with exactly how they want to live their lives, and just as importantly, where they want to live them. Because, well, we're very lucky here in the UK. We can decide exactly what sort of escape we want to make, to the countryside or to the seaside. Toss a coin if you can't choose. Oh, and I promised to tell you earlier which out of the two I preferred. For me, it's easy. There is no contest. The coast is best when I'm by it, and the countryside is best when I'm in it. See you again soon.
If you also dream of escaping to the country in Wales, Scotland, England or Northern Ireland and would like our help, why not apply online at bbc.co.uk/take part.